Hello, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Adrienne Ross Show. Now, I typically only release one episode a week, but I decided that I wanted to come back and do a bonus. This is after releasing an episode this afternoon. Now, the episode I released was about the first three games for the Indiana Fever and the WNBA and Caitlin Clark and their losses. And I really, I was probably very hard, you might think, on the team. I said in this episode, Caitlin Clark is not the problem. Her team and coach are. And I said that because I know there are people who are hating on Caitlin and blaming her and saying, yeah, we told you, welcome to the W. You should have listened to Diana Taurasi, and trying to blame her for where her team is and the fact that they haven't won a game. But I recorded that episode after they had played three games. And then I released that episode today. But last night, after I had recorded about the three games, the Indiana Fever played a fourth game against the Connecticut Sun again. And so I wanted to just jump in and dispense with all the startup music and all that, and just jump in and just give you the feedback. Now, in that episode that came out earlier today, and a lot of people are commenting on that, I talked about the fact that the Fever has a coaching problem and a team problem. It's not a Caitlin Clark problem. Not saying that she's perfect. Obviously, she would be the first to say that. But she's dealing with the team that largely doesn't box out, doesn't rebound, doesn't hustle like they should, doesn't set strong screens. And so, I mean, there's a lot that I covered, and that's just a couple points. If you didn't catch it, make sure you go and you check out that episode. But I was saying that this is a coaching problem because the coach sets the culture of the team. And then the team has to want to box out, has to want to rebound, has to finish the chippies under the basket, has to feed Caitlin on the break. And so I was hitting it. I was going after the team. And I pointed out Aaliyah Boston, who I understand is the leader of the team, 2023 number one draft pick, 2023 rookie of the year. And I'm watching these games. I'm trying to figure out, how is she the rookie of the year and the first draft pick? I didn't watch last year. So, I don't know it all. But what I see, nice person, sweet person. But man, I'm thinking you might need to step up. No, not you might, you do. So that was what the episode that I released today earlier was all about. But then on Monday night, they played Connecticut again. And man, if they ever had a chance to win this game, I mean, Caitlin came out fired up. The team came out fired up. And I wanted to do this bonus because I wanted to give props where props are due. And they did come out, they did hustle, they did look like they wanted to get a rebound. They did look like they wanted to win right there in front of their home crowd. And so I applaud them for the improvement. They still came up short. And man, Caitlin got hurt, and I was like, oh my goodness, Caitlin's done. So glad that she was able to come back. So again, props where they're deserved, but they still ended up losing by four points. But one thing I wanted to give them a shout out on is about something I talked about in the episode released this afternoon. And that is that I'm saying that if you're not going to have Caitlin run the break, if somebody else is running the break, you have got to be looking for Caitlin when she spots up. And I pointed that out along with some other things they need to work on in that episode. Well, then, like I said, that was recorded before Monday night's game. So first, let's take a look back at what I said about the break and getting out on the break. And then I want us to take a look at what they did last night, because I want to give those props on the break when someone else is running the break. And Caitlin actually has an opportunity to see straight, to have an inch to see. They're not giving her the ball on the break. She's spotting up. Guys, coach has got to make this clear. You have to look for Caitlin. It's not about ego. It's not about making a super. She's already the superstar, and she's made her bread and butter because she can shoot the three, and she's got people hanging on her hip. When she finally gets an opportunity to spot up, and you're running the break, if you're not going to outlet the ball and give her the ball, and she's running out and spotting up, you have to hit her with the pass. And I've seen that happen. And even in half-court sets, I have seen at times where she's there calling for the ball and they go in the other direction. This cannot happen. And it comes down to players, yes, but ultimately it comes down to coaching. They have to understand that there was a reason she went number one. They're not utilizing her properly. And the team is terrible, okay? But that you can do. You can remember to look for her on the break and hit her. You got to remember that. And as a coach, you've got to make sure they remember that. So again, this is something that I recorded before Monday night's game. And then let's just take a look at what went down on this play on Monday night. And I want you to look at how beautiful this is.
Bonner gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
And the crowd goes wild. But they're going to show you a replay of this. And so I'm going to hit play again. And you're going to be able to see exactly how Wheeler is looking for Caitlin as she's running the break. And therefore, she's able to get the ball where the ball needs to go. So let's continue on here.
Look at Wheeler staring to the right side, knows who's there, drop pass behind. Could be the deepest shot we've seen Caitlin Clark make as a pro. Big one.
And this building is rocking.
Okay, and you heard what I believe that was Lobo saying about Wheeler. So let's back up a little bit here. And let's just take a look at where her eyes are as she's running the break. So here's Wheeler again. Look at that, look at that, look at that. See what I'm saying? She's looking for her shooter, which is something I was begging for. And that was what I had on the episode that came out earlier. And that's what you have to do. That's why she's there for. That's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons why Caitlin Clark is there, that they were not doing. So again, I was hard on them for the episode, and I'm still going to criticize, give some constructive criticism in a moment, but I had to say, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That is Exhibit A, all right? So now let me transition into how the game ended. I believe that I'm gonna give some love to Aaliyah Boston because she hit the shot that tied the game. But she also missed the shot she should have made at the end of the game where she could have tied it again, and she absolutely missed the shot. And again, this goes back. She's a nice person. I'm not trying to say she's not, but I'm saying she's going to have to step it up. She has to step it up, right? So let's take a look. They come out of the timeout. Caitlin's going to inbound the ball. You know she's not getting it back because they're not going to leave her. And so Aaliyah Boston has this opportunity to tie in her hands. This is her team, supposedly. She's the leader. She's the rookie of the year. She was the first round draft pick the year before. All right, she's got to be able to knock this down. So let's take a look. I'm going to pick up right here where Caitlin's about to inbound the basketball.
Throws go down. 11.3 to go. Indiana without timeouts. They use their reset to advance the basketball. Clark gets it into Boston. Boston turns the corner. Boston through the lane. Missed the layup. Thomas the rebound. And she is fouled with 5.1 to go.
Really well designed play.
She's got an opportunity to put it up. She misses. should have been made. I mean, everybody gets to miss at times, but my goodness, come on. And again, people want to blame Caitlin Clark for the losses, but look at what we're looking at here. I want to run this back just a little bit because I want to show you the options that Aaliyah Boston had. All right, that she chose not to take. I don't fault her for that decision necessarily, but then you gotta make it work. All right, so here we go again.
Indiana without timeouts. They use their reset to advance the basketball. Clark gets it into Boston.
Right, so she gets it in. Now I'm freezing here. Caitlin's not going to be left alone, so she's not getting it. Aaliyah gets the ball. She's going to the basket here. All right, she's attacking the basket. Now I'm going to freeze here because, as you can see, again, Caitlin is not an option right now. But now the defense is going to close in so that they can stop Aaliyah Boston. So at that point, she can attack the basket, which she did. It's not a bad decision because, of course, she could perhaps get the and one, right? So she attacks the basket. But I want you to look over here. The defense leaves these ladies over here to handle Aaliyah over here. So she could have, once she drew them in, she could have kicked out to them for the jump shot. Okay, they could step in so that they could be closer to shoot the jumper. But she decides to attack the basket, does a good job of splitting the defense, but she misses. And that's a wrap. They have to foul. And that's the end of the story. They end up losing by 4 points. But this, again, is not to beat up on Aaliyah Boston, but those are the kinds of shots you have to make. And having said that, though, I want to point out what I saw. And if you watched, I know you saw, and I may get the name pronounced wrong, so forgive me, Temi Fagbenley. Again, forgive me if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Fagbenley. This girl, I don't know. If I'm Coach Sides, I'm thinking this girl might need to be in the starting lineup until Aaliyah Boston can show that she should be in that spot. This girl, she ran the floor hard. So she can run the floor, she can catch passes, she can handle Caitlin's passes, and she can finish. Her line was, this girl she was 5 of 6 in her field goals. 5 of 6 from her field goals, and she had 10 rebounds. 10 rebounds. So, and 11 points in 22 minutes, almost 23 minutes. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of 6. She was just, and she ran the floor hard, and she finished. And I'm not seeing that from Aaliyah Boston. And I know it might be a hard decision for the coach to make, but she might need to make that decision because the team has to come before anything else. All right. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin had 17 points. She had, 5 fouls, and she had 3 rebounds, 5 assists. She played a good game. And that was, she had the 17 points, and she sat a lot when she had injured her ankle and then had to leave, and then she didn't put her back in before the half. People want to put the blame on Caitlin, but I'm telling you, first of all, the team looked a lot better, which is good. But these players have to step it up, and coach might have to switch some things around, give that Fagbenley some more time and start. And Aaliyah, she had the opportunity to finish that. She could have kicked it out. And so another loss. Now they have four losses. So like I said, I wanted to just come back since I had, that other episode was recorded before that game, but then it was just released today. I just want to end with a congratulations to Caitlin Clark, because I know, again, folks love to hate on the girl, but and act like that, act like she's not having a great start to the season. And of course, she would like it to be better. But take a look. She's in some good company, despite all the criticism. All right, she's in good company. So check this out. There's a group of people, 60 plus points and 20 plus assists in the first 4 career games in WNBA history. And Caitlin Clark is on that list, as you can see here from the graphics. So Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Candace Parker, Sue Bird, Nikki McCrae, and Andrea Stinson. Those are some names right there. 60 plus points and 20 plus assists in first 4 career games in WNBA history. Okay, I also believe that Caitlin is the leading scorer among rookies. So with all the criticism, with all the, oh, she's not playing well, and all, welcome to the W and all that, she's still making history. Okay, in addition to making history, because the arena attendance is over the top. Thanks to Caitlin Clark, the games are over the top, and the viewership on ESPN platforms are over the top. So they can say what they want. Like I said, Caitlin Clark is not the problem. As far as the wins and losses, she's going to improve. She's only going to get better. And people are saying she's not even playing well. And she's got gang warfare defense on her. And they're practically mauling her. And the officials are not blowing the whistle and yet calling some ticky-tack fouls on her. Not all of them are ticky-tack. Some of them are fouls. But some of this stuff, it's outrageous. And yet she's still doing work. And what people think is an underachievement. Well, wait till she really starts to achieve when her team is able to help her out better. So I want to congratulate her on that. But I also want to congratulate her on this. Have you heard? She has joined the company of Michael Jordan. She has entered into a relationship with Wilson Basketball. And it's a pretty cool thing. So take a look here. All right. So Caitlin Clark joins Wilson Basketball. Wilson and Caitlin Clark are ready for the next chapter. Wilson is commemorating her first season in the WNBA with the Caitlin Clark Collector's Edition debut series of 3 limited edition basketballs inspired by a journey that has only just begun. And so you can enter the drawing that started on May 21st for a chance to purchase one of these limited edition basketballs. They're sweet looking basketballs. The drawing closes on May 27th. So you can check that out. I'll put the link in the show notes. And look at these basketballs. If you're just listening on a platform, you need to check out, go to YouTube and check this out because I'm sharing this screen. The first ball's called Threes Up, paying homage to Caitlin's iconic celebration after draining a 3 from deep. That's a cool picture right there. It's got the number. It's got her, what she does after she makes the 3. It's got a little signature there. That's called Threes Up. Then there's the record breaker, and it says acknowledging Caitlin's trailblazing achievements and the records she has shattered along the way. And then this ball, the crowd maestro, energizing crowds wherever Caitlin plays, home and away. And that's sweet. They're all really sweet. And again, she joins Michael Jordan in that relationship with Wilson Basketball. So try as they might to try to downplay her impact and try to make her seem to be a loser, she's still winning. And she's not even yet begun to show all that she can do. She needs the right team around her. And so congratulations to Caitlin Clark for what she's doing. I'm still looking forward to them getting that first win. My goodness. Let's go, Indiana. Let's go, Coach Sides. I'm glad for the improvement, but we got to get over the hump, get that win, and continue to work together, to gel together, and to help the sister out. All right. So I want to make sure that I invite you to subscribe on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, all that, and then also on the podcast platforms. I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode, and I'll catch you next time. God bless you abundantly.